What up, 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 what up? In this episode, PandaCast Episode 3, Season 2, we're going to be talking about games that were a little bit of a disappointment and also games that we were actually pleasantly surprised by. Stick around and listen,
Oh
bitch.
yeah, yeah,
You're a
bitch.
pussy if you don't. You're a pussy if you don't watch this whole video and like it. It's like now you got to, or you're an asshole. No, but no. Before we obviously jump into the topic at hand, I just want to say, McGavin, what's up, bro? How are you doing?
Oh man, another week down.
Another week
That's
down.
about it. Another week
I
down.
like
Yeah,
the
New Year's.
4,000 you get in your whole life.
You know, this is another one. Closer to death. Woo!
It's like, yeah, 1 week closer to death, big boy.
No, but yeah, man, just
Fucks out of it.
man, just living life, watching Octavia grow, which is so
Yeah.
shitty. It's like fuck. Stay small.
I had that experience today because we obviously drove back. We were spending time with family because it's
hmm
Tatiana's brother-in-law, Tatiana's brother. So
Yeah.
that made me think of Shark Tank when the guy was like, "Yeah, my wife's father-in-law," and then Mr. Wonderful was like, "Your wife's father-in-law is your dad," and he's like, "Yeah, it is." But no, it's my brother-in-law and her family,
hmm
her mom, her couple of siblings. We drove down.
Yeah.
We drove down to South Carolina, and then we came back today. But I was basically having the girls play in their room, and I go, "Hey, clean your fucking toys up." I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
start cleaning the toys up. Like this is nasty. This is crazy in here. It's time for bed." Da 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 da. And then Bella is just like, "Put the toys up, hurry! Put the toys. Get the toys, hurry!" And I'm like,
Aw.
"Oh my god!" Like I'm gonna be so sad when they're grown.
Right. Like I'm not even at that stage yet, but I'm like also like Octavia, and she's just talking to me. She's smiling more, and she's like looking at me now, like instead of just looking around, like she's actually like seeing me, and I was like, bitch, I'm just crying,
You're like,
just getting
I'm a little
emotional.
fucking bitch.
Yeah, I know. I was like, God
Yeah.
damn it! And all she did was look at me. But she was like I was like, oh my gosh, she sees me, and it was great. I was like, oh my god, that's
hmm
awesome.
Yeah. So I mean,
hmm
like that's kind of what that's really good to hear, and then that's kind of what's been going on. So I mean, we drove back today. I kind of mentioned that a little bit before the show, but basically, my brother-in-law graduated from Marine Corps boot camp, so we drove down to Paris Island and hung out for the weekend. We got there on Wednesday, left today, Saturday, and but yeah, nothing crazy as far as
Were you
like
guys at
home
a
life.
hotel?
Nah, it was like an Airbnb. It was like a house that was like close to the beach,
That's not bad.
and it was cool. It was definitely cool. Like you get like this, man. I would tell you the coolest part of the graduation was like the drill sergeants that you can't fucking hear them because they're like, "Yeah," they got like the fucking raspiest voices
Oh
ever.
yeah, they're called drill instructors. The Marine
Yeah,
Corps,
drilling.
they're
Yeah,
big on that. We're not sergeants, we're instructors.
it's
Oh,
like that
whatever.
sounds way wimpier though. We're not
Oh yeah,
sergeants. We're instructors.
yeah, drill instructors. Like Monica could tell you all about that too.
Yeah, but he was like, comedy, ah! And it's like you can't even hear him because he's like so raspy. And
hmm
the coolest part was the response where like the whole like different platoon companies all fucking said something at the same time, and I was just
hmm
like, it was just like this collective, very strong voice, and I was like, damn. It gave me like goosebumps. I was like, oh shit, that was cool. And
hmm
obviously they like marched around and they're in their dress uniforms and stuff like that. So it was very cool. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is the first time I've been to a military graduation, and I was like not
Mm.
let down. I was like, damn, you
Yeah,
can
that's pretty
feel the
good.
long history of tradition there.
Yeah, the Marine Corps is a long history,
Yeah,
and they're really good. They're big on their ceremonies too. I'm
yeah,
kind of
and
jealous about them about that, is because their traditions are the way they well at least like for graduation like that, they're big on that.
mhm. Yeah, and I've never been to anyone, so it's like to my knowledge, I'm gonna be like, man, I bet the army's even better.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, bitch. Fuck yeah. Fuck the Marine Corps. But no,
Hey, don't say that out loud. Like they take my video down, they
army
fucking
bitch.
they
It's an army
bust into
bitch.
my. Well, my brother-in-law,
Don't talk.
which is my sister's husband, is in the army, and he's like, yeah, Alex, you're not going to the army. Like that's what he says to his son. But no, when it comes to all that, it was cool, and really nothing crazy happened. They argued a whole bunch. They just yelled at each other like most of the trip, which was fine. I don't know why. Like they just like at each other's throats all the time. But other than that, it was pretty cool. Um, anything else you want to say before we jump in?
No, man, let's get right to it. I'm ready.
Cool. So the reason why I was bringing this topic was because, and the topic of games that really had like a pleasant surprise, like you didn't know that you were gonna like them as much as you did, and then
Hmm.
games that are kind of a letdown, like you were really hyped for it, and then it just falls off a cliff. The reason I was bringing this topic was because of the game that I'm going to be talking about and how I had no give a shit about it when it was being announced, when I first saw it, when I started for gameplay came out, when it came out 2 years ago, when they released the director's cut, didn't give a flying fuck, and then I
Hmm.
played it and I was like, "Holy shit, this is really great."
For some
And
reason, when
that
you said
game,
director's cut, I feel like, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
y- you know what it is. The game is Ghost of Tsushima.
No, I definitely was gonna say that. I was gonna say the Death Stranding because they do have a
No.
director's cut, but I
Yeah.
guess I didn't know they had the director's cut for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, so
Nice,
there's
that's
game
what's up.
yeah, there's like a lot of games that like came out on PS4 that are getting the upgraded version for
Hmm.
PS5, and they're calling them director's cuts, and these are all like first party stuff. So Death
Yeah.
Stranding, um, Ghost of Tsushima. Um,
Hmm.
there was something else that did it. Fuck, I can't remember. But there was something else that I thought did it. I think it was like Horizon, like the first one or something. I don't know,
You might be
but
right on that, but
I can't remember. But yeah,
mm,
Ghost of Tsushima. It's uh very good,
yeah.
and that we'll get more into detail on what's going on with the game. But do you have a game like that that's like pleasant surprise?
No, I think, and then we, me, and you talked about this all before
Yeah,
the episode started. For me, it's the opposite. It's like the I gave the time, or like I was ignoring the game for a while, and it was like, you know what, I'm gonna finally play this game because you told me it was good. A lot of people were telling me it was good. I love the game, and for me, I was disappointed with this one. So this is my like coin flip, right? For me, it was Red Dead Redemption 2. And I told you this about it. Like I played the game. I played like maybe 30 minutes of the game, maybe not even, and I was just bored out of my mind with the game. I was like,
you're a bitch, dude. Like
"Fuck you." I
you
was
got to
playing
get
Spider
through the
Man at
first.
the time.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I was
Spider
playing
Man's
Spider
great.
Dude, yeah. So I guess that was the unfair advantage thing. Is because when I was overseas at the time, and these games just dropped back to back the same year and everything. I got them all. I had
Yeah,
God of War, I had Spider Man, and then I got those. So I had three like top tier games, right? I say, well, yeah, three top tier games that everybody loves that year, 2018, 2019 ish.
yeah,
So
something like
I
that.
got I got God of War, playing it for fucking hours. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, this game was fucking great. Got Spider Man because it launched and picked it up from the PX. Played the fuck out that game too. I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. And then Red Dead Redemption 2 got released. I got it, kind of sat on my shelf for a little bit, and I was like, damn, dude, I really want to play this game. But I got to play Spider Man. I was just,
Yeah,
enjoying the hell out of that game. So, I finally booted it up, installed it, and everything, and I was bored out of my mind playing that game.
yeah. It's because
And I guess it wasn't fair because I had like two other like pretty big, like fast paced, action packed games. the game looked beautiful like all the other like
Hmm.
the other two, but it's
Yeah.
just I had to like bring it back down by like a lot, and I think that's what was killing me at the time.
Yeah. And I will say, I had the same experience with Red Dead too.
Mm.
I had bought it at the same time I got Hollow Knight. So I got Hollow
Mm.
Knight and Red Dead Redemption 2 at the same time. Started playing Hollow Knight, started playing Red Dead 2. Was like, what the fuck? This is way not what I was thinking it was. Went back to Hollow Knight and put like 30 hours into that shit, you know? And which is still kind of like nothing when you're thinking about Hollow Knight, which is another game that is really good if you haven't played
Hmm.
it. And we talked about last week in the upcoming games of 2023 that the second Hollow Knight Silk Song, should be coming out. So good little tie-in to last week's episode. But with that, like I had the same experience. I was like, man, what the hell is this? And after going back to it, I think, okay, so this was like 2018, I think, when it came out, like you said.
Hmm. Yeah, 18,
And
19
then,
ish around there.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it was because I got it the year it came out. I bought it. I didn't play it immediately. I then quit my job, went to CIB, which is Closers in Black in 2019. I think towards the end of 2019. Got
Hmm.
rid of my PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. Uh, Months later, got it back, then played it and fucking loved it. I didn't
Mm.
beat it, which I don't ever beat. I hardly ever beat games, but it's great. Like once you get like into it, and I guess it's got to hit you at the right time because I haven't had the itch to go back and finish it. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, but I watch game like TikToks of it come across my feed all the time, and it's always clips that I'm laughing at, or it's some mod that's stupid as fuck.
Hmm.
Like, have you seen the ones where it's like the tiny horses?
I have not. I haven't seen anything
Yeah,
related to
there's like
Red Dead and like
there,
forever. The only person that brings it up is you. Like
yeah,
Red Dead is nowhere near any sort of my like field of view at all right now.
yeah. There's a couple of mods that this guy puts on, and it's like tiny horses and giant guns. So like the gun will be like he'll be running with like a pistol that's like this
The
huge
size
compared
of
to
a
his head.
rifle.
Yeah, no, it's like comically large. Like the handle's this big, and his little hands on it, and it's like boom. It's like the size of like a car. Like that's how huge the gun is.
It would be
And
funny
then
if
like
it's just the hand mod was like big as hell too. So he's got a little tiny wrist. But only when he
no,
puts it, only when he brings it
no,
out. So it's like
it
fucking
it's even funnier because you remember in Toy Story, like the first one, where he picks up, he's like, all right, draw, and he like picks up the giant like gun, and his little hands holding the giant handle. That's what it looks like, and it's even funnier because of that. Like the shotgun will be like 20 feet long, and it's like boom, and the barrels are like as big as your head. Like it's just this massive gun. And
it's like he's
then,
shooting a person.
dude, it shoots a fucking cannonball. Like that's how big it looks. And the horses, he'll shrink them down to where it's like the guy's knees are like dragging on the ground, and the horse is like this little in between his legs. Like his legs are this, the horse is like that, like tiny. And
But you're flying. I'm
j-
assuming you're just like, ooh.
yeah, and you're hauling ass at like normal horse speed, so it's just like you're booking it. It's really stupid. And check out like Red Dead Redemption 2 Tiny Horse mod or Giant Gun. It looks dumb as hell.
You know what that
Um,
reminds me of? When when you record your glitches on your phone,
yeah.
and John Marston was smoking a cigarette, but like you sprint and he was standing like in the smoking.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
all
remember that.
graphic of all those pictures, and you were like, "Bro, check this out." You bring out your
It's
phone,
like
you
another
just start
fucking
showing
glitch,
me.
man. Like my
He's
character
just
model was not running; he was just standing there smoking a
he's
cigarette,
just
but
sitting
like
smoking a cigarette,
gliding.
and you see him running, and then he like watch you sprint, and
Yeah,
you like
he just starts taking off.
moving.
Yeah,
It looked way faster because he just wasn't in the right animation. He's just smoking a cigarette while he's going like 15 miles an hour.
yeah. But it's like stupid shit like that is why I love video games. And there's this I gotta show you this other video of like an NBA. It's like NBA 2K23 of like this dumb mod. I mean, we're kind of getting off topic, but like this dumb mod where like the guy. All right, hold up. Let me show myself so I can show you real quick because the video is hilarious and the music just adds to it, and it just goes perfectly with like these stupid mods that are in games
Mm.
that are the reason why I love video games.
What is he? Just all legs
Yeah.
and an arm and a head? Ew!
Listen to the music.
All epic
Like,
and shit. He's about to slam.
yeah.
He's about to slam
Dude.
them with just legs and neck and, and an arm.
But like the other guy looks normal. Like,
That's funny. I can see it. I can see it. Shut up, block him against dunked on.
like the head scrunches down like as he runs.
Bro, what?
Oh,
That
he's
is funny.
fucking dude. Like,
Man's in
so,
tears.
dude, someone's like Dr. Phil going crazy. I can't even read. Like someone's like Dr. Phil going crazy, and it's like someone goes, "Bro, got that optimal deadlift build." It's like dumb as shit. Like mods in games are really funny, but I highly think that you're crazy for not going back. And I mean, again, find the itch to go back and play it, but it is going to be worth playing it eventually. But understandably, Spider-Man took you by storm because if we're staying on topic of the games that has surprised us, I thought I was just going to be like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's cool, whatever. Dude, I got that game and platinumed it in within the week that I
Oh
got it.
wow, you actually planned it,
Yeah, yeah, I platinumed that shit in like 4 days or some shit.
dude. That's crazy.
Because I dumped time into that shit.
Mm,
And it's actually I got it for free, which was cool. I got
nice,
it.
nice.
I was helping my friend because he had his mom and dad owned a. What? You hit your own? Okay. His mom and dad owned a campground, like an RV park,
Mm-hmm.
where they just had like a rec room, like a house, like with couches and a TV. They had a PS4 and a bunch of games. And I was like, all right, Stanley. Yeah, it was Stanley. I was like, hey, Stanley, what are you going to do on this PS4? And he was like, I don't know. I'll ask him. And they were like, you can have it. I was like, oh, shit. And they had like a couple of games like Spider-Man on PS4. And they also had Ark Survival or whatever the fuck. And then
I
Minecraft.
heard about it, but I never played it.
Yeah. But, nah, Spider-Man's really good. And I haven't played Miles Morales yet. And,
Yeah, me either. I kind of want to, but at the same
yeah.
time, it's kind of like I don't have a PS5, so
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah. You should wait to play Ghost of Tsushima on PS5 as well. That
Yeah,
game's really
you
good.
that's how good it is.
It's really good. Um, the cutscenes are epic. The gameplay is put for a cinematic experience on purpose, to where
Mm-hmm.
there are like markers on the ground or like on like in
Yeah.
the map, but there's no mini map. Uh, there's no icon or HUD while
Mm-hmm.
you're fighting people. The only icon that you have is like if somebody has like a shield, and when you break their guard and what their health is, it's like very minimalistic. It's like they have like a little white bar and a little red bar. When the white bar breaks,
Mm-hmm.
you've broken their guard. When the red bar fills up, you've killed them. Right? And it's
Yeah, I
very
think somebody said that
simple.
the wind is like your only sort of like waypoint or something like that. Like you have to follow the
Yeah.
wind if you try to go to like your nearest objective. I
Hmm.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you'll like swipe up on the touchpad, and then the
Mm-hmm.
wind will intensify and kind of show you the path. And it's
Mm.
very cool. It's very cool the way they do things, and the combat is deep. The missions that you can go on are fun and interesting. This gameplay is good. You'll do these samurai duels where you're in like a circle, and it's very epic as far as the way they cinematically have it set up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just an overall fun game. Fat on PS5, you know how like on game like fast traveling, you'll pick a
Yes.
spot and like it'll load, or you'll see like cutscene play of you traveling the world because
Yeah.
it's got to load up. Um, no, in this game you pick a point, you fast travel, it goes doom, and then you're there.
Nice.
Literally has a like that exact sound, like kind of like a hard drum beat, like boom, boom, and then you
Yeah.
and the it goes whoop whoop, and you're there instant.
Oh, okay.
I'm like fuck, that's cool,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
that's
that's
pretty
just
nice.
power of the PS5. Sony, send me a free PS5. Send
Yeah, right.
McGavin a PS5 actually for free.
Yeah, I would
He'll
definitely
he'll
love
do
that.
a review video of it, and it'll get 1 million views.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, as far as okay, so you were bored playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Like
Mm-hmm.
you keep shaking your head whenever I was like, "Yeah, go back to it." You're like, "Yeah."
Nah, fuck that game. I mean,
Wow,
maybe maybe one day,
it's
I
so
will get
good,
to
dude.
it.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
dude, I really like I really love the first one. And you know how we like had like a lot of our high school like summer was pretty much an entire summer of our high school year was like there. Like it was just
Yeah,
like literally wake up,
fuck Red Dead Redemption
Red Dead,
1.
Red Dead Redemption. What?
The multiplayer, yeah, for that summer of experience, but the story mode, fuck that boring ass shit. I was like dying in Mexico, like bored out of my mind, and that's
Really?
like a third of the
Uh,
game.
dude, that I was enjoying every single bit of that game, like story wise, multiplayer with you guys, and then finally after after months of just staying on free roam, we finally started doing missions and start doing like Gold Rush. I think was one of the games called. We started playing like
Yeah,
the unranked or whatever. That one was fun too, dude. It took our whole summer over. It was pretty nice.
yeah,
But again, that was I think for me the full experience I got was really good. Story,
hmm,
multiplayer, and then of course like the not ranked, but just the competitive part,
yeah.
the mini games and stuff, like the raids and stuff that we would do, the heists or something. I don't forget what they're called, but those are freaking awesome.
Hmm,
But yeah, this one I was like, man, I really love the story of the first one. I gotta love the story of the second one.
hmm.
Boring as fuck. Oh my
No,
god.
man, you didn't even get out of the snow yet.
I did actually. So I was like, well, no, I didn't. I didn't. I saved John Marston, and that was as far as I went.
Yeah, that's why you're bored as fuck, because that mission is boring as fuck tutorial. That whole first mission is boring as fuck tutorial. Get past it.
I mean, I should do that for real because like I should take my own advice. I had a buddy who, again, this is kind of like in the same way, in the other off topic as well. But it's like, oh man, you should play Monster Hunter. I can't beat the tutorial; it's too fucking long. Because he's right. The first like part of Monster Hunter, before you even start doing anything else, you have to beat the tutorial. And he finally got through with it, and then me and him played the game for like fucking hours. But then
Hmm.
like, fuck, I should do the same thing because I'm not taking my own advice. I should just get past that part
Yeah, you're
and
missing out on a
be
good story. It's a very good story, man. It's a very good story.
I've seen a lot of good things about it. Still, like I said, like and people were saying, "Oh man, like Arthur is so much better than John Marston," and I don't.
Hmm.
Maybe you could. Oh yeah, maybe you beat the game. What the fuck? But you just
And
enjoyed it
I've
that
spent
much.
more time with him. Yeah, like John Marston's like, "Hey, Bill Williamson. I'm just a lonely traveler trying to redeem myself, right?" Arthur's like, "I'll kill you if you look at me like that," and he sounds like he's like, "Look at me like that again, and I'll chop your goddamn head off." Like he doesn't actually say that. That's not a quote, but like that's just how he is. He's like, "How about I beat you to death?" And then it's funny because like he'll be talking to his horse. He'll be like,
James,
"Atta girl." What?
James. Move to the damn snowshoes.
Oh yeah, move them damn
No,
snowshoes. Yeah, you remember
bro,
that?
I
He's
saw
like,
that part.
yeah, you saw that.
Yeah,
It's like a part you don't even remember, and then it's like,
just remembered it.
dude, we were what? Like we were. I need to get it on Blu-ray because it's coming off of Netflix. Hateful Eight on the 25th, but we were watching it, and there was a part that I thought that we thought was funny, where Tatiana was laughing at the part right before that, where he's like, "Now I need need all y'all to get up next to this wall." It's like, and then he just stands there, and then he shoots him, and he's like, "Get or don't get, Joe Gage. It's up to you." And he's like, "I'm getting." Then get, meaning get the fuck over by the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as it's playing through that part, I just go, "Man, move them damn snowshoes," because I remember the part coming up, and then Tatiana's like, "What?" And then literally it shows the scene, and she's like fucking dying laughing. He's like, "Move them damn snowshoes," like that's it.
Dude,
But
but why did he move them? They don't make. There was no reason for them to be moved, anyways.
dude, it's 100% just to make it real. It makes it real. Like little stupid shit like that make the scene believable. Because stupid shit like that happens in real life.
Bro.
And
Oh man.
the reason why that's so funny and why we emphasized and focused in on that part so much was because of the coffee. He's like, "Now I know one of y'all is in cahoots with that bitch, and I'm gonna take this. If I don't hear a confession from one of y'all motherfuckers, quick, fast, and in a hurry, I'm gonna pour this whole pot of coffee down that bitch's throat." Okay, time's up. It was like no, and then he's like, no time at all in between. He's like, "I'm gonna pour it down that bitch's
Right.
goddamn throat." Okay, time's up. And he just starts walking over to her. But no, you got to play it, dude, because it gives you an insight on Dutch as well and why he made so much sense at the end of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's funny too because you really like him throughout most of the game. You're like, "Wow, Dutch is a really cool guy. He really cares about me." And then you're like, "Oh, this guy's crazy."
Mm.
There's like a fucking and then one of the gameplay mechanics that's funny is you could donate to your camp settlement,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have like a bunch of money. Like you'll donate like $10,000, and then in the very next cutscene, Dutch is like, "We need money, Arthur." Like that's like all his fucking thing. He's like, "Arthur, we need money," and
I
it's
just
just
give you
like
10 grand. That was like a lot back then. That
it's
was
like,
more than
dude,
enough back then.
it's like, bruh, how many gold bars do I have to smelt down for your ass?
Right.
But like, nah, dude, you gotta go back and play it. The whole game is good.
I
Like from
should. I should.
customizing your clothes, cutting your hair, cutting your beard, talking to the people in camp, doing missions, doing hunting missions. From the story is really great. There's a lot of side quests that are fun as well. The gameplay mechanics, in my opinion, are top tier. The Deadeye is better in this one than the first one. The thing that
Mm-hmm.
I don't like is the health, stamina, and hunger cores, like the Deadeye cores, and then also the horses cores. So it's like you know how like on Don't Starve, you have like your health, sanity, and hunger.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You have uh, stamina, health, and Deadeye, and you have to like eat food to fill them back up. And there's a lot of nuanced shit that I didn't really experience a lot with, where it's like if you eat a bunch of junk food, Arthur starts getting fatter, and then if
Yeah.
you eat a bunch of like lean meat, like he gets skinnier. And it
Mm.
actually has stat bonuses. So it's like if he's chunkier, he takes less damage in fist fights, but he moves slower. Like he burns through stamina faster. You know.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of good stuff like that about the game, and there's way more in depth and better explanations than I could give about Red
Yeah.
Dead Redemption 2. But it's one of those like you gotta play it. It's good.
I think I should, man. I should. I mean, there's a bunch of games that like I've heard from a lot of people who like
Hmm.
love, and I've played them. And these are like really good games. They're not like. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with indie games too, but they're not like indie games. They're like released by like these well-known studios.
Yeah.
And I know another one is that another one is like The Witcher 3.
Uh
I
huh. You
fucking
haven't played
hate
it?
playing The Witcher 3. I've played it and I was bored out of my mind playing that game. But it's got so much lore and it's like so much stuff to it. Like I
Really
love
though.
Yeah, like so. What is it? I got the game, like the complete edition or whatever, when it was like Game of the Year edition. I got that one the first time ever. Played it for like 30 minutes. I was like, fuck this game. Never played it again. I literally played it 30 minutes and then I just got rid of it, traded it in GameStop, and called it a day. All right. And then, hey, fast forward, I'm overseas again. I got a little bit of money. Bought the collector's edition again. Bro, I played it the same spot. I got a little bit further and I was like, fuck, this game is boring. Got rid of it again. And then here comes the Witcher TV series. So now I'm like, bro, the Witcher's fucking awesome, woo! And they got like a bunch of crossovers like Monster Hunter. I can play as Geralt. I got these
Mm-hmm.
cool weapons. And then like, all right, cool. I haven't bought it again. Then I don't know if you've seen like the animation for it, where it's Geralt's like a master. So like in that one, it's something
Yeah.
like I forgot something on the wolf, right? It's pretty good animation. And God, that one got
Mm-hmm.
me more hype as well. I was like, man, this is so fucking cool. And Monica was like, "Oh, it's on sale for like $5 on Steam." She bought it because I was gonna say, "Oh, let me play it when you don't play it." She bought it, played it for like 10 minutes. Like these controls suck ass. Got rid of the game.
Y'all both hate The Witcher 3?
No, so Monica hates The Witcher 3 because of the controller scheme on the PC. She says that
Okay,
the
yeah.
way the controls move is built for a console, and so she feels how it is the way she plays it. Like, that's just how that was her experience with it. For me, it was
Okay.
just like I don't know. It was just for me the game just didn't feel right for me. I was like, oh, I don't know, I can't really stand playing this game. And when I was playing that game, there was nothing else like taking over me at the time. Like
Uh-huh.
I was done with Spider Man. I was done with God of War. I think the only game I was playing at the time, like really heavy, was like Monster Hunter. But again, it's like you know, oh, okay, what's the big difference? Open world. And I remember you telling me years before, you're like, bro, check out this fucking like battle. I think you recorded some of it on the channel for yourself, like some epic fights and stuff like that. And the game looked really good when you captured it. I was like, man, this game looks fucking great.
What? The Witcher 3?
Yeah,
I don't remember the video that I did, but okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on YouTube. But anyways, yeah, it's another game where it's just like, man, this game's got like so many good reviews, Game of the Year edition. People love the story. The DLC was good or whatever, and I like played it and I just was not having it. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, dude.
dude, I know.
That's actually a surprise to me, man. I didn't know that you didn't like The Witcher 3.
Yeah, dude, I gave the game three chances and it just
Dude, back when this was before I moved out of my parents' house when I got the game.
dude, this is like 2015 ish, 2016
Yeah.
ish. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
wild.
cuz I moved out of my parents' house in 2016 or
Hmm.
late 2015. So it was like early 2015 when it came out. I bought it on the Xbox One. The like right after like a week or so two after it came out.
Hmm.
And dude, I dumped like 40 hours into that game. Like
Right
in the
off the bat,
first yeah, like the as fast as I could fucking I was
dude, I
like
put those 40
wake
hours in
up.
the first 24 hours.
Hmm?
So I dumped 40 hours in the game the first day. This only 24 hours a day, exactly.
Right, dude. Fucking I bent the fabric of time cuz this game is so amazing. Like no, that game like it was one of those I was waking up thinking about it, jumping on the game fucking all day long on the game.
Yeah.
Like Tatiana's like pregnant as shit, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get it. I gotta get this. I gotta get this other Gwent card,
Oh my god,
right?
really?
Yes, and I was like so into Gwent. Like I was so into the Gwent card game inside the fucking Witcher game. And that is really fun. The game, dude, The Witcher 3 is great. Now I wouldn't go back and play it anymore because like I had my fill with it, and 40
Mhm.
hours is like chapter one.
Dude,
You know,
40 hours is jump change in the game for me.
yeah, 40 hours. Yeah, 40 hours is like
A
you're
lot for you. It was,
not
all right,
even.
I'm done with the game.
Yeah, 40 hours is like way too much. Like I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna play. I have that perfect example. I have not beat Red Dead Redemption 2. I have not beat God of War. I What's another game that's really
What about
long?
Spider Man? That's a pretty long game.
Nah, that wasn't that long.
No.
I probably put like yeah, that's probably like 20 hours.
Also, it
Cause
hasn't
I
pushed the 20-hour mark.
yeah, cause I platinum that, but that's platinuming it. Like if I just played through the story, it'd probably be faster. But I platinumed
Mm.
that game in a week, and I was playing like a good amount of hours every day.
Yeah, like 2 to 3, maybe most. That's a long time, especially like when it came out, like what, four
Yeah,
years ago, 5 years ago. Yeah,
yeah, but I didn't buy it or I didn't get it when it came out.
true, true, true.
It was like 2 years or I'd have to go back and look at my trophies, but it's probably like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, or maybe three, maybe 2020. Was it 2020? I think so, because it was like I beat it in December 2020, I think,
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken. But it was that was a great experience. But no, Witcher's great, dude. Like, um, and I don't know, I haven't experienced it on. Dude, how the fuck can you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey but think The Witcher sucks? Fuck out of
Bro,
here.
fuck you, dude. I
Fuck
like
out of
okay.
here. Dude, dude.
Honestly, he's the best game of all time, best greatest game ever.
Well, I'll tell you
No.
this: if you like, I'm putting it out there. If you like Assassin's Creed and you like the fucking gameplay of Assassin's Creed, like the checkboxy gameplay, you're gonna really like Ghost of Tsushima because it's actually like the Assassin's Creed formula perfected, in my opinion.
From the original ones, not the newer ones.
Well, yeah, because the original one was a little more like streamlined in the combat and stuff like that. This one is a little more
Hmm.
like Ghost is a little more in depth in the combat, but when it compares to Assassin's Creed, dude, I I was getting the itch to play Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Have you played that one?
Hmm. Monica did. She loved it.
She loved it, right?
Hmm.
I played probably the
I didn't
opening
play it.
cutscene and was like, "Fuck this game." Like I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting the itch. I want to play it. It was on sale. It was like $14, $15. So I bought it. Booted it up, and I was just like, why did I fall for the Assassin's Creed fucking
Name.
bullshit? Yeah,
Nostalgia. The name and nostalgia.
yeah. I'm like, this ain't Assassin's Creed 2. So I just jumped off of it and was like, fuck this. Started playing Dishonored.
Something else is assassin.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just play
I've never played Dishonored or Dishonored 2.
the
But yeah,
first one or any of them.
any of them. I've not played it. I
Doesn't
heard good things
Monica
about
like
it though.
Dishonored too?
Yeah, I think so. I have to ask her because we got like the collector's edition for that one. We have to
Yeah,
like
cause
Cold Tunnel's mask. It's pretty badass.
yeah, that's why I was
That's
like,
about
how
it.
the fuck have you not played Dishonored? You got the mask.
Monica loves like a lot of the us like stealthiness in games and stuff like that. She's definitely like all about like stealth and whatnot. So she like like for this Assassin's Creed that you hate, um, and I see why you hate it, but it's kind of like if you level up your stealth enough to do that, you can one shot most enemies. If not, which is the annoying part, unless they're like higher level than you, and I guess it's like the RPG element that I'm used to playing in some games. That's why.
Man, fuck all
You
that
played
bullshit.
you played Dishonored too, right, baby?
Yes, I play it at work.
Oh, she had to play it at work, and then she got it. And did you like it?
I loved it. The problem was I played the beginning like 8 hours of the game about 10 times at work.
Oh, yeah, she had to keep
So what happened
playing
was
the
I
game.
got disinterested.
Yeah, after we bought the class edition.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you kind of just got like burnt out on it because you played the
Yeah,
first part so many times.
mhm.
Yeah,
That was for her for sure.
yeah. No, that makes sense. But yeah, I just started playing Dishonored. I was like, man, fuck Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But when it comes to Ghost of Tsushima, which is like, yeah, I've
Did
been streaming it.
Insomnia makes that game?
No, Sucker Punch.
Oh, Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
What studio are they?
Uh,
What are the games that they make before?
Infamous and
Yeah,
Sly
that's what
Cooper.
it is. I was gonna say like, dang, I haven't heard that name in a while. But I
Yeah.
did see a video, Game Ranks. Shout out to Game Ranks. The Monica played. She was just playing the game out loud, and it's like
Hmm.
games that do whatever. And then like they're like Infamous Second Son, and I was like, damn, that's a game I haven't heard in a long time. And I
I,
fucking and then like again, you said Sucker Punch. I was like, wait, who the fuck? I was thinking Insomnia made that game, but it wasn't. Insomnia
nah,
made
they did Spider
Spider
Man.
Man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, that's why you're just like, yeah, Insomniac, bruh. Shit.
No, they need to hurry up and make the fuck out of Resistance again.
Yeah, dude.
They
Like they were
remake it.
teasing it. Like
I know.
they were teasing it, and
Left you with blue balls and shit.
yeah, I know. They were teasing it for like a year straight, and they did nothing with it. But you
Nothing.
can play if you shout out to PlayStation Plus Premium. You can play Resistance 3 on PlayStation 5 with the PlayStation Plus Premium subscription.
Ooh, I definitely like that.
Yeah.
The brown
So
whiskey.
take a yeah, just take a look at when your upgrade or when your renewal of PlayStation Plus comes through, and you'll be able to look at a potential discount because they were trying to get me to upgrade for PlayStation Extra for like $7, and I'm like,
PlayStation Plus
okay,
is fine.
yeah, I'm like, that's actually pretty cheap, and I was thinking about doing it because you could get Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut
Mm.
on PlayStation Extra. You can get Deathloop, which is another game that like I'm interested in, but it's made by Arcane, which did Dishonored, and I'm like kind of burnt out on the formula because they're like, yeah, it gets really repetitive because you're doing the same shit over and over again, and I'm like, ooh,
That's one
no,
game I
no,
did not care about when I heard about it. I was like,
yeah,
whatever, whatever.
but it looked cool. It looked cool,
Look
and
cool.
I was just kind of like, oh yeah, I want to play that. So I was playing Dishonored to kind of like get in the mode of Deathloop, and then I watched the Before You Buy, that
Oh
guy that
yeah,
does
I
that.
love it.
I'm Jake Baldino,
Jake Baldino or
and
Falcon. Oh, no, it's maybe
yeah,
Jake Baldino. I think this is Jake Baldino.
yeah, mostly most
Maybe.
of the time it's him, but
Yeah.
like he kind of went into detail, like yeah, it can get really repetitive, and I'm like, that's gonna bother me.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go very far in the game that's repetitive
Yeah.
feeling. And I kind of just shied away from that. But you could get that. You can get Ghost. You can get Returnal, the Housemarque game. You can get Director's Cut of Death Stranding, which I haven't. That's another game that I think I'm going to be pleasantly surprised by because I haven't gave a shit about that game. But so many people are like, it's good. So I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe I should try it. Maybe I should play
Yeah.
it.
I think I should play it too. Not only is it because I'm a big fan of Hideo Kojima himself, but also one of my soldiers at work was like, "Have you played Death Stranding?" It's like, "No." It's like, "Bro, you should definitely play it. It's fucking really good." And he never gave a shit about it, so he played it in the director's cut as well on the PS5. And he
Hmm.
was like, "Yeah, it's fucking really good." It's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I'll get to it when I get a PS5."
Yeah.
Me not having a PS5, I can
You're
play
like,
it
oh
on PC,
yeah,
but it's kind of like I feel so wrong playing it on PC
I know, right?
because I'm
You should
so
never play a game on
PlayStation
PC.
fanboy.
Yeah, dude, riding fucking PS5's dick.
Oh yeah.
But like, how I played Ghost of Tsushima was my brother-in-law bought it, and we went over for Christmas, and I was just like, "Hey man, have you heard about this game or have you played this?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it. You want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I go downstairs. It's like I boot up his console. It's in the middle of a stealth mission. I'm getting my ass handed to me. I have no idea what the controls are, and I'm like, "Dude, this game is like really fucking great." It's
After getting
like,
your shit pushed in, you're like,
yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm like, damn, like it's difficult. It's stealthy. I'm like running across rooftops. I'm like bow and arrow people in the face. The
Hmm.
costume, or not costume, but armor customization as far as like wearing like the straw hats that come down and covers your whole face, wearing like an almost like a ninja costume, which is like your traveler's attire, where it's
Hmm.
like you're wearing those sandals with the strings that go up like your whole calf. and you got like a little cape, wearing like these big samurai armors. It's very cool with the aesthetic of the game. And one thing that I am throwing out there, just but most people I guess wouldn't care about this. The photo mode, you know how like almost every game has a photo mode now? This is without a doubt the best photo mode I've experienced or seen in a video game.
Really?
Yeah. Like you can go into like crazy detail and depth. I'll send you a couple of videos that I've done on my on PS5. I'll send them over
No.
to the chat. But you can make like these really badass and cool looking screenshots with some camera animation on moving pictures or like video, where it's like you can set the camera position, set it here, move it here, move it here, move it here, and then it'll just glide along that path that you created. And you can kind of set it up to where it's like you put Jin, which is the main character, Jin Sakai, in a different position, and move the camera in a cool way to where it like looks very cinematic of him standing there with the sunset in the background. You could change the time of day for the photo.
Oh,
Very
it's cool.
cool shit. Very cool shit, in my opinion. And the horse mechanics are better than Elden Ring and better than any other horse mechanic I've seen.
You even read that?
Because fuck feeding your horse and building up your horse's ability to not get scared in a fight.
I don't give
I don't
a
like
fuck.
that.
I don't give a shit about it.
Right. But like in this one or in Ghosts, what's really cool is you can also play the flute. So if you swipe left on the touchpad,
Mask off.
you swipe left, he'll pull a flute out and he'll do. So you could be like on your horse, walking slowly into a village, just playing the flute like a weary traveler in feudal Japan.
That's
You know?
fucking badass, actually.
It's badass, right? So there's that, which is really cool. And there's actually something that I didn't know until recently. When playing the flute, if there's these collectibles in the game called singing crickets, and if you collect enough singing crickets, you can learn different songs. There's 4 songs, and they change the weather when you play them. So the one you start off with is like the salutation or whatever of light. So then if it's like raining and cloudy and foggy, you play it and the clouds go away and the sun comes out.
After extensive time, right? It is just like
No, it's like instant. Like, yeah, it's not like you play and it's like whoop, now it's sunny. It'll like you'll play and then the clouds will just go like
slowly the part.
like very yeah.
Slowly part away.
It
Okay.
like the transition probably takes like 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
It's very cool. And I
But
haven't
you have to keep
experienced.
playing it though, right?
No, it go like
No?
you just change the weather and now it's sunny, and then
Oh,
it
okay.
obviously will go into a normal pattern of weather change as time goes on. Like if you play for another hour or whatever, like it'll start fluctuating through day and night and time and all this other stuff will be normal again. But in that moment, if it's nighttime, it clears up the clouds, but the sun doesn't come out. It doesn't change the time of day.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's very cool. You can get like a grappling hook, always nice. And the wind, the guiding wind where it like blows in the direction of your objectives sounds kind of gimmicky. You're just like, "Oh yeah, the fucking follow the wind, whatever." But it ties into the story of Jin and his dad, and it's very fucking cool. And I'm like, dude, I was not
The
expecting
Jin that
this
I
shit.
know hates his dad. Jin
Who's the
Kazama from
Jin?
Tekken.
Oh yeah.
From Tekken, he hates his dad. He's trying to murder him.
Well, man.
and then his dad.
Dude, you
trying to
gotta
murder his
come.
dad. Right?
Fucking, what's his name? Well, I forget his
Heihachi.
name. Don't tell me. Heihachi, yeah.
Damn,
I was gonna say
my bad.
Gamatsu,
Komatsu, no.
the Gosaku armor from Ghost of Tsushima. But like the guiding wind is actually really cool because, like I said, when I played at my brother's house, it was in the middle of a mission and no context of how to switch my weapons, even the different stances, the different enemy types, none of that. But playing from the beginning to where I am now, learning about all that other stuff, I'm like, oh shit, this
Mhm.
game's really fucking great. It's really great. It was probably
Yeah.
like if I played it the year it came out, game of the year for me.
Yeah.
Game of the year
I don't know if that was a game of the year
2022.
contender.
I don't think it was. But
This
to
is a
me
shame
it's
because
like,
like I heard a lot of good things about it. Like you, my friends from the military, they're like, no offense to nobody who's like listening to the podcast, but like their favorite thing to say when we get in the game chat was like, "Man, fuck these Mongols." I was like, "What the fuck?" Because they just get their ass pushed in by them.
yeah, like
Yeah,
why would that be
I
bad?
guess
The
because
Mongols were like Genghis like fucking what is it? Attila the Hun and shit like that.
I don't know, maybe somebody who's like Mongol pride or something. but
Mongol pride.
yeah, Genghis Khan was
Mongol
my
lives
great great
matter.
great 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 granddaughter, granddad.
Yeah. It's like
But yeah, no,
Mongol lives matter.
like they would literally like even in our group chat they'll like send out that same thing. It's like, bro, these Mongols are starting to piss me off. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And
Dude,
because they're playing like the super high difficulty for some freaking reason. I don't. I want to play a game and enjoy it personally,
yeah.
unless the game is set to be difficult, like like Elden Ring or Bloodborne, all that
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing on hard and you can like if you miss a bunch of parries and miss a couple of dodges, like you can die pretty
Hmm.
easily. But
Hmm.
you got a lot of these cool moves. One of my favorite enemies, just because of like how little their shield is like the spear guys. Like they'll have these like normal long spears, and they have these attacks where they just jab at you, and
Hmm.
you got to change the stance, your stance, depending on the enemy that you're fighting. So stone stance, it's like you hold the sword like straight up and down, and then there's water
Hmm.
stance where there's sword, you kind of hold it like this, and then there's like
With one
wind
hand.
stance. Yeah, you hold it with like one hand, and you're kind of like very like guarded, like up close, and then it's just you're doing like big motions,
Mm.
and it's very quick to change them. Like you just hold R2 and then select with the face buttons, the different
Oh, okay.
stances, and you just switch them like mid fight. So it's like you just switch up like he'll just go like this and then just change and shit like that. So
Hmm.
uh, they kind of piss me off because like I'll be using like the sword stance to like mess with them, and they'll fucking have these little shields that are this big. Like they have like the little shields that's like barely bigger than their hand, but they count as a shield enemy.
It's like a buckler, like a little tiny
Yeah,
thing that's like.
yeah, it's like the little fucking like Viking shit, and it's annoying because it's like,
Hmm.
but I think it's so funny because you're attacking them or you want to attack them like they're a spear person, but because they have the shield, you want to use the water stance because it's best against shielded uh, enemies. And it's like this little fucking shit. Because I'll be like slicing at him. I'm like, why is he not dying? And he's like, kasing, 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 with the
So,
little
bro, the
shield.
onslaught of stone stands just they're just like.
Yeah, they're like blocking everything. And it's very cool in that aspect. And like I said, it makes it very cinematic because you'll do these duels where it's like the camera's blurry on you and it's like they're in focus and then
Mhm.
and like focuses you, and then it like goes around, it shows their hand and they're holding their sword and they're like about to do the make a move to get the duel started, and then it shows your
Mhm.
character and he just like has the little like what is it at the edge of a sword, the handle of a sword that stops the blade from coming down and hitting your hand.
I think it's just a hand guard, maybe.
Yeah, it's like the hand guard. I can't there's a name for it, I can't remember, but like he'll have his
Yeah,
hand
I
on
know
the
it's because the hilt is the very bottom, but
yeah,
samurais don't have hilts.
yeah, and he'll have his thumb on the hand guard and he'll like, and it's very cinematic for him to just be like, it's like zooming in,
Hmm.
like the music's getting epic, and then it's like, and then it's like the duel
Hmm.
starts, and the camera angle changes from normal gameplay. It's very fucking cool. It's a very cool game. If you are
That's
interested
yeah.
in
It
Ghost
sounds
of
like you.
Tsushima,
It sounds like you're definitely enjoying the hell out of that game.
I am definitely enjoying the hell out of the game. Like when I get off, when I'm done, we're done with the show. I'm gonna fucking jump on and probably play for an hour, maybe stream it. So I'm probably gonna
Oh,
stream a little bit.
if you do stream, dude, let me know. You say you've been streaming it? I haven't been getting any notifications of you streaming.
Well, it's funny with this particular game. I haven't been talking and showing my face. I've just been playing, and I'm liking it because I'm more into the game. I'm more focused on the game. I'm not getting
Mm-hmm.
distracted from it. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's just I'm still putting content out. Like I said, I was going to do more of this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
and yeah, dude, you said you wanted to play or not Ghost, Death Stranding, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna wait till you get a PS5?
Yeah, dude. Soon, man. Hopefully, once I get most of these bills and stuff worked out, hopefully I can get a PS5, my hands on one. Now that there's no longer a giant demand, or I mean, now that they're
Shortage.
pushing more, yeah, now they're pushing more of the units out and stuff like that. I know, like on post, well, they're not out there yet, but they'll say, "Oh yeah, we have some." Like even the GameStop
Yeah,
was like, "Oh, we just got like a bunch of stock now. If you guys want to get one," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, not right now."
you're like, yeah, talk to me in like 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I'm gonna get
when
the
you,
PS5 Pro.
oh yeah, that when that one comes out, the PS5
Yeah.
Slim, like when you do get it, I'm gonna wait on Death Stranding because it's like it is one of those games where I'm interested in playing it, but it's not
hmm
like Ghost is taking up my time and it's not like itching me right
hmm
now.
It's like hitting you in the right time, like you
And
said.
right, so when you get a PS5, I think we should play through Death Stranding together and then do like in-depth talk about it
hmm
because I think that's something that we don't do. We're not really if unless it's a multiplayer game that we're playing together. There's not a lot of
hmm
single player games that we're playing at the same time
Yeah.
to where we can talk deeply about
Sure. Sure. Sure.
them. So I think that would be cool. I would definitely wait until you're ready to play it, and then hopefully it's
Yeah.
kind of hitting us both at the same time.
No, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we're hitting the hour mark, so
Mm.
I'm actually very surprised about Red Dead and The Witcher 3 for you.
Yeah, man. It's so like I feel bad to say because like I feel like it's like a fucking shit stain on my gamer status.
Yeah.
Because like I do like yeah like I literally do because like, a lot I mean again like I have like a giant I mean you all of us in our own way have a giant like repertoire of like our games like different games we play
Hmm.
Joe likes his sports games I fucking hate sports games
Yeah.
you like I don't know you like a lot of games too I don't think you have actually have like a set genre where you kind of like sit around you kind of do jump around games and stuff like that
I would say that I
because
am a
like
sucker for good gameplay.
yeah. No way, baby. You look so clean. She just came out of the bath.
Oh yeah.
And she's fine.
Are you
Oh,
at your
shit,
mom's
yes.
house?
I'm at my house.
No, where?
What do you mean? In the kitchen, like I always am. Except I felt like the light and my table was worse than this one, so I'm close to the light, but I'm facing my what do you call it, my blinds. Because
Oh, okay.
I'm like over there,
Oh, okay.
but it was further than the light, and of course it's just like later in the day. There's not too much light, so it's like let me see if I'm fucking yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm here. The light is like right here. I don't have like the studio light like you do.
I
Not
don't have a
yet.
studio light. I'm not
It,
using a
it shit
studio light.
looks good.
Yeah, but I'm not using a studio light. I'm using
Yeah.
a. I have these up there, which are red and or orange and blue, but I'm just using a
Mhm.
desk lamp. So
Mm, yeah, but still.
yeah,
But
I'm just
yeah,
using a
that's
desk
what I say.
lamp.
Like,
That's
I know you say you're a sucker for good gameplay, and that's
yeah,
yeah. But for me, it's like I do like my RPGs. I do love my fighting games. That I do love, my racing. But I like the arcade racing. I'm not a big fan of like
yeah. I like
Formula
arcade
One or
racers. Yeah,
like
Gran
where I can
Turismo.
like wreck somebody. Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff like that. But it's just like man, these I've played a lot of other game of the years throughout my gaming, and it's like these two really great games, nominees, winners of a bunch of awards. I'm just like, yeah, let me play some fucking Red Dead, or let me play some fucking
Yeah.
Spider Man. Man, I'll play
Yeah.
some Tekken or something. I'll go back to like what I like to play, and
I'll
I guess maybe it's because I had other games like for you, it was that game. For me, it was definitely like Spider Man. Like my weekends, like my 4 day weekends when I was off, bro, I'd be on Spider Man. I'd be on Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, fuck no. I'd be on God of War, Monster Hunter. I was grinding. You know what I mean? I was trying to get
yeah.
like the armor sets for that, just doing all the good stuff. And it's just like, man, I do not want to play these games.
Yeah,
you
but it's
know?
okay. And dude, I'm telling you, I think you should stream more. I think you should stream
Yeah.
period, honestly, because whenever you were doing the Monster Hunter videos that are
Hmm.
on Twitch, like I was finding myself interested in Monster Hunter for a little bit because of one, the what you were doing in the game, and then two, your commentary. Like you naturally have this just talk shit about the game, and I don't mean like talk shit like you're busting chops on the game, but it's like you just naturally talk while you're doing things. It's
Yeah,
not like
I do.
an awkward thing, you know? So it's like as you're doing stuff in the game, you're like, "Oh man, do I need to get this armor set? No, I don't really want that. Oh man, fuck that one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do this quest instead. You know, it's like you just
Yeah,
naturally do that.
I do that a
So
lot.
it's like I think you should stream because I mean, what's you're playing the game anyway? What's the difference of someone being there or not watching you and versus not watching you?
Yeah.
It really all it does is potentially add to your experience.
Hmm.
Obviously, if you're playing like a narrative game and you don't want to be interrupted, don't.
Hmm.
Like if you're playing Resistance 3, Resistance
Dude, I'd
4
be.
when it comes out, and you want to just
God, I wish. Dude, I'd take a remake. I don't
yeah,
go fuck it. I'll take a remake, a remaster. I'll play a remastered for sure.
like
Like
dude,
as
a
soon
fucking
as
just a remaster of the first game. You're just like
just the
all
first
right,
game. The remaster, the second game, the
yeah,
one everybody hated. I still buy it.
yeah. It's like all right, come on, Nathan.
Dude, it's so
But
good.
nah, man.
I love the games we play.
That is a
They're great.
surprise. That is a real surprise for Red Dead and The Witcher because they're both like you said, they're both really good. And I was thinking about this today because I looked up. I was listening to what's their faces, um, Colin on Sacred Symbols, and they were talking about Atomic Heart,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Oh yeah,
Hmm.
it's like a Soviet Russia game, alternate history, 1941. The Nazis get defeated by the Russians, and then they discover robotics, and it's very like Bioshock with like using like abilities with your left hand and gunplay with the
Yeah.
right hand." And I'm like, man, it's not enough for the game's uh, environment to sell me anymore. Like I gotta, if I'm not enjoying the gameplay, I don't give a fuck about the story. I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. And I was thinking about while we were driving home today. I was thinking about Ghost of Tsushima because I just got it and I'm going through it and I'm really enjoying it. But then I was thinking about Uncharted 1 versus Uncharted 2 and how Uncharted 1 in my opinion is more of an authentic Uncharted game because you're on like this Uncharted. It has like a different feel than Uncharted 2. Uncharted 1
Hmm.
feels kind of like um almost like a shipwreck movie where all right, the plane went down. Now we're stuck here. It's like what do we got to do to get off this island? Whereas
Hmm.
Uncharted 2 is like more Indiana Jones where it's like, "Oh, now we got to go to Nepal to
Hmm.
go to this ancient monastery." It's like all right, cool. I mean, I'm still enjoying those games, but for some reason, it was just kind of hitting me differently. Uncharted One's aesthetic and feeling, and that's what I was thinking about. And the gameplay, obviously, I like, but it's not nowadays when new games are coming out. It's taking. I'm realizing that it's taking a lot more than just the story or the like setting to make me
Hmm.
want to play the game. Like the gameplay's got to be there, and I got to enjoy it, or I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not interested in just gunplay anymore. We're just like, oh yeah, just kill the enemies. Oh, we got to go in this area. Oh my god, bad guys. Bop 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 bop. It's like, all right. I've done this a million billion times. I'm like,
I'm not doing anything different.
yeah. And I feel like because the leader of swordplay open world third person games was Assassin's Creed, but they've fallen in my opinion because I'm not really enjoying any of the newer games. Picking up Ghosts is like a return to original Assassin's Creed and with a modern spin and way better looking. Like graphics are fucking immaculate.
Hmm.
Very amazing looking and very cinematic. On top of that, the gameplay is awesome. On top of that, the stories are awesome. On top of that, the character and the voice acting is awesome. On top of that, the cinematography and the animations are awesome.
Hmm.
On top of that, best photo mode. On top of that, I
That's
haven't
what I'm
even
like.
played. Yeah. On top of that, I haven't even played the multiplayer
Mm. I didn't know they had
because
multiplayer.
Yeah, there's a Legends mode. It's co-op. So when you get PS5, we got co-op to play.
Oh yeah,
But no,
but
Ghost is
yeah.
awesome, in my opinion. Play Ghost, bitch. All right, so now that you've listened to the whole episode, be sure to like the video so you're not a biatch, like I was saying earlier.
Hmm.
Just insult the people listening. Like I'm trying to gain a following, and people are just like, man, this motherfucker calls me a bitch every episode, man. Fuck this dude. Likes the video and leaves. How would they know?
Yeah.
And then they must stick around because how would they know they call the audience a bitch in every episode if they're not watching them all? Mm, made a fan. But yeah, bro. I think that'll be it for today. Did you lag out? The internet cut out, I think. Well. So, PandaCast, yeah, you dipped. PandaCast episode 3 of season 2. McGavin dipped out. Apparently the signal went out. Be sure to like the video. Like I said, I'm not really calling you a biatch or anything like that. Just jokes. All jokes there. But yes, please share the video. It helps me out, helps the channel out. We're doing this every week. Come back and join us in the next episode. If you like this topic and are interested in other topics that we've talked about, last week we talked about upcoming games of 2023. The week before that, we kind of reflected on the first year and also reflected or commented on changes that we're making in the second year of the show. So come along for the ride. We'd love to have you. Check out some of my shorts. Check out my wife on TikTok at Tatiana Winton. And we'll see you in the next video. Okay? Peace, guys. I need to stop saying peace, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.